This is my food for today for breakfast, morning snack, lunch, and afternoon snack. For this morning's breakfast, I decided to go with the Nutrisystem frozen breakfast burrito. In this breakfast burrito, there is seasoned egg with black beans, mozzarella cheese, caramelized onions, and red peppers. It smells very good inside. The filling smells very good, I should say. So it's 200 calories, it's 119 grams in weight. It's got 5 grams of fat, 1 saturated fat, 30 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, and 5 grams of protein for 200 calories. So this is very clearly a power fuel and a smart carb. So I should be adding to this one more power fuel to make it the complete breakfast as per the Nutrisystem rules. So in this case, I love my cheese. I put 3 slices of the fat-free Borden singles, which is 90 calories, which is a power fuel. So that's what I decided to do with that. And I took this apart. I can't really show you. It's very crispy and it's going to break. What I did is I microwaved this in paper towel for 45 seconds. I very gently opened it up. I patted down the filling evenly within the wrap, and then I put the cheese, and then I put it into my Paula Deen for about 6 minutes. I like my tortilla crispy. I don't like it gummy. And that's why even if I weren't to do it this way, I would have microwaved it first, left it intact, and stuck it in there into the air fryer for at least 5 minutes to crisp up the outside. I decided to pair it with a salad, and I did spray everything with olive oil, by the way, the tortilla, when I put it in the air fryer. Anyway, this is Catalina Light. It's 40 calories for 2 tablespoons, so I put 1 tablespoon, and that is going to count as an extra today. Moving on to my mid-morning snack. This is an Equate protein shake. It's a low-carb one, and it has 30 grams of protein in it. It's 170 calories, but I'm going to pour out 80 calories worth, and I'm going to put it in here over ice. This is a thermal container, and because I'm going out. So should I feel the need to have a morning snack, it'll be all nice and cold and ready for me. I'm not a fan of these. There will be 50 calories worth left. I could divide that out in ounces and make that 2 extras, or half of power fuel if someone preferred, and use it in coffee if I wanted to, or someone else wanted to. 25 calories for an extra in your coffee, and you get 2 servings out of it. So anyway, this is the equivalent to the Premier Protein shakes. They're cheaper. There's no difference in taste to me. But again, now that I've discovered the Fairlife shakes, I don't like these. I really wasn't a throw with them in the beginning unless they were really well iced, but I really prefer the other ones. And they're less calories for the same ounces, so it works out better for me to have one of those with 1 extra for my day and drink the whole thing. Okay, lunch. Since I'm going to be out, I need something quick. I'm having my carrots, which I often have with my protein bars, and I'm having a pure protein bar, and I'll show you here. These are 200 calories. They weigh 50 grams a piece. They have 7 grams of fat, 3 saturated, 17 carbs. They have 1 gram of fiber and 20 grams of protein. So this is equal to 1 power fuel and 1 smart carb. Perfect. On to the afternoon snack. It will be for my smart carb 1 apple, and for my power fuel 1 or 2 of these cheese sticks. They're 50 calories a piece, and they're low fat. So do I always eat my snacks? No, I don't. But I thought I should still let you know if I desired a snack, these would be my choices today. And I often like to have a fruit. Lately it's been apples. Sometimes it's grapes. So, in any event, On that note, I will see you at dinner. For dinner tonight, I decided to do a flex meal. This is a lean cuisine entree. If anybody has been watching long enough, you would probably remember that I purchased these along with Swedish meatballs and noodles. They were 4 to a pack. I got them at BJ's and they came to about $2 a piece. They're quite good. Of course, I don't leave anything alone, but I'll give you the nutrition facts first. This entree is 240 calories. It weighs 9 3/8 ounces. It has 7 grams of fat, 4 grams of saturated fat, 25 carbs, 3 fibers, and 20 grams of protein. So this is 2 proteins and a small carb, almost. I want to say almost. Well, actually 8, 16, 20. No, it is 2, yes. Based on the amount of grams of protein in here and the fiber, that does exactly make 2 power fuels and a small carb. So, yeah, I remember when I bought these. Now I'm going back that I looked at all of that in the store. In any event, this is what I've come up with. I have a full cup of, these were fresh mushrooms that I sauteed down. So this is 2 vegetables. And I did cook the entree itself in its little container and I let it sit. I only cooked it 3 minutes. And then as I was sauteing my mushrooms, then I put it all together and put it back in to the microwave for like 30 seconds or 45 seconds. So these mashed potatoes do come seasoned already. What I did is put some of the gravy that came with it on top because there was more than enough. And then I added some of the bacon chive McCormick that it's supposed to be for potatoes. I use it for more than just potatoes. But in this case, I did use it for potatoes. And my mushrooms, I sauteed with the olive oil cooking spray, and I seasoned them up really good with my Mrs. Dash garlic and herb. And I also put some garlic powder. I like everything very garlicky, as you probably know by now. And then I put a splash of my liquid aminos, as I usually do. And I cannot wait to dig into this because it smells heavenly. And to me, it looks good too. So what else am I having? I did already have 1 vegetable worth of salad today. This is a little more than 2. This is about 2 cups actually, but I'm going to eat it all because I'm in the mood to have salad. So that'll put me over by 1 for today, which is fine. It makes up for a day when I don't have enough. Okay, this is Thousand Island fat-free dressing. I did use an extra for this. 1 tablespoon is 30 calories. And that's it. And I put some Mrs. Dash, the garlic and herb on top. Moving on to my dessert for tonight. I forgot I even had these. These are the Aldi brand of Fiber One. They're 90 calories a piece. I will put this under the light. This is what it looks like. I will microwave it for about 15 seconds. It really tastes good that way. This is the cinnamon coffee cake. Okay, so what do we have here? They're 90 calories, 25 grams, and 3 grams of fat, 1.5 saturated fat, 6, my goodness, I should have written it down, I apologize, 18 carbohydrates, 6 grams of fiber, and 1 gram of protein. So this will be in place of my Nutrisystem snack for tonight. So I'll call that a flex too, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna go and enjoy my meal and I'll be back. Hey everyone, I hope everyone had a good day today. I did. I spent some time with my older son, Steven, which is always nice. I actually got to have a nice coffee with him and a little bit of a chat. So that was good. I had to go to the farm over in Dutchess County to pick up, it's called Raw Organics. We purchase raw food for Cora, for Callie Lily, and for one of the cats. I would prefer all the cats to have that, but they don't want it. You know how cats can be, right? So anyway, yeah, I was due to go over there. I go there about every 3 months. And that was it, really. I was out most of the day, as I had said earlier. And I completely enjoyed my breakfast. That was very good. However, I would suggest, I think it could have done more with protein and less carbs. I would have preferred it that way, but it tasted wonderful. It tasted really good. Um, but I think I could use that. I could make my own at home as a flex because I have those the low carb wraps, the Aldi ones. I have a whole pack of them, so I may just try that out and forego the beans and just put some peppers in there and maybe some hash browns. You know, not fry the hash browns. That would be good. I think more egg and less. You know, maybe put 2 egg worth in there or something like that. Just a suggestion if anybody wants to try that. If you have not tried the burrito, it tasted very potatoey to me. I didn't really catch the egg too much, but it was very good. And I enjoyed it with the salad also. That would also make a nice lunch if you wanted to do a flex and make your own for lunch. There's a thought. You could even do that as a dinner, a quick dinner. And what else did I have today? Oh, I always enjoy my bar and my carrots. And my dinner tonight was very good. However, is the meatloaf in that entree as good as Nutrisystem's Salisbury steak or meatloaf sandwich? That would be a flat out. Absolutely not. They definitely have a superior recipe. And actually, I think it was the meatloaf that was made from soy. And the hamburger's beef. And I'm not sure about the steak. I don't think I ever checked it. But either way, even the hamburger, very, very good. The Nutrisystem one. But it was tasty. And definitely I really am happy I put the mushrooms. Of course, everybody knows I am not mushroom garlic fiend. The mashed potatoes were very tasty. And yeah, I enjoyed that as well. I have not had dessert yet. I'm a little full right now. It is already 8 o'clock. So I'll probably have that later on when I'm watching television. So just to chat a little bit about, since we've had, for most of us, many people had Passover or Easter. I had extended Easter because there was Easter, then there was Easter with my son, Stephen, and then there was Easter with my sister and my aunt, which was over the weekend. So I'm anticipating now maybe Memorial Day will come up and how we can get through those festivities without breaking the bank in terms of the next weigh-in with the eating. And for some of us, I know for myself in past, I never veered off. I brought my food with me. And I think I've also said with Nutrisystem, I may or may not do that depending. You know, have a veggie burger rather than hamburger. Something like that. If I go over, excuse me, little, sorry, that's little kitten. She wants to be a star and get on a video. Anyway, just some ideas of how do you handle those situations. Somebody else in one of the Facebook groups today, not ours, but another one, was saying, you know, she's having complete stress in her life right now. She's going to go off the deep end, which I think we've probably all faced at some point. I find especially the older I get, the more opportunity there is for me to be stressed. You know, little kids, little problems, in some cases not. Big kids, big problems, in some cases not. Or just life in general, stuff happens, you know. Some people have aging parents that they care for and grandchildren. So, all sorts of stuff, right? Bring us stress. But in this case, this particular person, and I identified with that because I didn't mention, but Sammy is in the ICU. Sammy is my cousin's daughter. I did show her picture in a previous video last week. She did a little post on Facebook. Well, it was a meme yesterday, which I was shocked, but that doesn't mean anything. If you're having organ failure, posting on Facebook, I don't know, but it is stressing me. I have to tell you, it works on you on the inside, even when you don't think it's working on you necessarily. I'm sure you would probably have experienced this. And when we go through these things, you just want to sit down and eat. For me, what saves me is that Jim has his stash. It's not on lockdown by any means, but I have it in a place for him, and that's his stash. I don't go to that place because he likes to snack. So he can't not, he probably would be better off not, but denying him to snack because I can't have it in the house. I don't touch his ice cream, but I also have my own Nutrisystem ice cream. And that, I think, is what makes this whole thing much easier for me. And I did make a suggestion to this person today. In the morning or the night before, figure out what your foods are going to be. Your basic foods is if you're following to a T. Like I did this morning, even though I did that like 1, 2, 3, but put it out in the morning. This is what are going to be my go-tos. Put them in the fridge in a container. Put extra ones, but know that they're compliant. That if you eat that, much worth, if you bag it and keep it in this container, that it will be a smart carb and a power fuel, or maybe 2 power fuels and a smart carb, whatever it may be, that you can track it. Because to me, even if I overeat that day, I am on plan in the sense of the foods I'm eating are appropriate for me. And if I overeat, then I just went over in my power fuels and small carbs and extras for the day. I feel that gives you a lot more control. Because what happens, and I bet you're probably going to agree more than not, if we don't keep control of some sort, then we feel a lot of times, well, I trashed it for a meal. I'm just going to, or I ate my breakfast and I was on plan. And then, if you want to call it on plan. And then between breakfast and lunch, I ate a bag of potato chips, let's say. Or I had Entenmann's cake on the counter, donuts for the kids, and I just got into that. And now I trashed the day. And then one day becomes 7 days, becomes 2 weeks. And you're totally having to feel badly and start all over again. Or maybe you won't even start all over again. Maybe you'll just regain everything, or won't lose. If you didn't lose anything, you'll just gain more. Sometimes that does happen. We gain it back and then we gain more. It's happened to me many times. So I think that's kind of like maybe just a suggestion on my part to have a little plan for yourself, and do it every day. And if for this period of time, this little chunk of time, moment in time, this is happening, that isn't going to go away. And if we have to take a step back, we are still in control. Very much in control, because we're going in that box. And if we are going to overeat that day, this is, different than we're going to go out with family and we're going to have a meal kind of thing. This is how to deal with stress. And talk to someone. It's great that we have groups, that we can go to YouTube for advice, and see how other people deal with things. If you have an issue, email me. I'm very happy to correspond with you. If you are in the Facebook group, we have well over 300 people in that group now. Amazing. I think 96 people came in the last week, which is incredibly, incredibly amazing to me. But you can even message me through the Facebook group. You can talk to people in the Facebook group. That's what the purpose of the group is. Not only for recipes and hacks, but for support. Reach out. Some people don't have anyone to get on the phone with. I am very blessed. I talk to Terry. Terry's my person for many things in my life. And I'm very blessed. And in turn, she also talks to me. So the two of us are like, very in tune to each other with our eating. We've been doing that for many years. But also, I communicate with Kim, a girl on her phone. we messaged back, how you doing today? How you feeling today? Um, but I feel that if you figure the food out, even if it's a food, there's to me, it's not a good food or a bad food. Food's not the choices we make are not always the healthiest of foods. I'm not going to tell someone eat a thing of grapes because I know for me, if I'm going to eat out of stress, I'm looking for something sweet. I'm looking for bread, and margarine, which is ridiculous. One day, Terry said to me, "If you're going to eat something, why are you eating that? Isn't that ridiculous?" It is, but these are things that I do. Haven't done it in a very long time. But if I'm very stressed at night, I'll just take out that American bread and I'll be slathering it with that crappy, better than believe it's not butter or whatever, and I'll just be chowing down. There's no purpose to that. I'm not even enjoying it, but it's out of stress. So, um, different reasons that we, let's call it overly indulge at times. Stress that's working on you that you're not even realizing. Um, I'm sorry, I thought somebody was coming to my door. It's not about hunger. Or also, you have to go to an occasion. And while you're there, other people are eating. Or stuff is around. I was listening to Joe, who's on Slimming World over in Wales. I was listening to her tonight. She was talking about, there were these Welsh cakes around. I looked them up. They sound delicious. Something I might like to make. They have raisins and they have eggs and butter and flour. And they're like these little cakes. Almost look like an English muffin. But I'm not going to make those. I can tell you that. Because when I make things that are homemade, that are not all this American, I call it American sweet stuff. Not that Italian bakeries don't have a lot of sweet stuff. It's just different. Um, if I make a recipe like that, I will definitely overly indulge and cannot have that in my house. Like right now, I made yesterday the pastiera di riso, which is a sweet rice pie. Very big Easter holiday party in our family. Well, actually, not just in our family, in Italy. Anyway, brought half to Terry today. The other half is in there. It's staying in another. I have two refrigerators, and it's staying in the other one. It's not staying in the one I can access real quick. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not even interested in having it. And if it's in this refrigerator, I won't even remember tonight. But it's going out the door tomorrow to a friend. Not staying here because I know I will eat that. And I don't need to be eating that now. I have a freezer full of deliciousness. I have a kitchen full of deliciousness, and it's all on Nutrisystem. So this is what I'm talking about. There's so many different reasons. If it's there, we're going to eat it. Like Joe was saying about the Welsh cakes. This other poor person is very stressed over family issues. Different reasons why we do things that we then regret, and then we beat ourselves up, and then we feel guilty, and yada, yada, yada. So my suggestion is don't have it in the house and make a little plan. Try your best to keep to it. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't. But if you try, you'll feel much better about it. I would almost want to say I guarantee it. But I won't. But if you try to plan for it, a Weight Watchers coach told me that once. She said, plan your dessert. And I did used to do that, and it did not work for me. Because when I made the dessert, it wasn't something I really wanted. Now with Nutrisystem, every dessert I have is something I really want. So that's why it's much more satisfying to me. This eating plan really makes everything, as I think it over and over, make everything so much easier for me, which I think is why I've been so successful. Because I'm not on a diet. I don't feel like I'm on a diet. So anyway, it is now 15 and a half minutes into this chitty chatty that I'm doing. rambling row here. I'm going to tell you that as of earlier, if I don't lose anyone, I have 93 subscribers. I am so excited. So I think tomorrow I may show a couple of the things. I think I'm going to show like a few things. And then the night of, when I tell people to comment, that they should comment the number of the item that they would want if they won. Because I have to make things complicated, right? And then when I pick the winner, I'll be doing it on the video. And I'll call the person's name and I will ask them to please email me their address. And then I'll show again. And whatever that person's number was, I'll send them that gift. So anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to thank everyone very much for watching my videos. If you enjoyed the content of this one, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you, and I'd appreciate it greatly. It is free, and all it will do is notify you when I put a new video up. And that's it for now. I will say bye-bye, and I'll see you in the next video.